Hello, good evening. Thanks so much for choosing us into your homes tonight. My name is Nafa Alikwaku. This is the Evening News Bulletin, proudly brought to you by Sonotech Medical and Diagnostic Center. Sonotech is telling us that 50% discount on breast cancer ultrasound and 20% on all mammograms. This month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You can go or walk into any of the branches, Osu, West Hills Mall, or the Legon branch and get your breast screened for free. Yaxin Herbal Mixture, Blue City Ties and accessories for all your African print needs, and Asatec roofing sheets and cookware. Coming up in tonight's bulletin, the Anglican Diocese of Accra on Saturday installed a new diocesan master shepherd, Sister Elizabeth Odakai Ashia Mills. We will bring you more details of that. Abu Jinapor is calling on members of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, to present a united front if Break the 8 campaign can materialize. Family of the late social media activist Kaka today in a press briefing has called the report by the Justice Kumsin Committee a failure. In some business news, the Ministry of Trade and Industry has cautioned Guta to refrain from closing shops of Nigerians in the country in the retail business. Finally, in sports, Ghana is all set for the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers as the team's 5 players who were at bay in the English Premier League have been permitted to join their various national teams. Don't forget, we are streaming live on Facebook, Adoatv Ghana. Don't forget to like our page. On to our very first story. The family of the late social media activist Ibrahim Mohammed, better known as Kaka, has held a press conference in relation to the report by the 3 members Justice Kumsin Committee. According to them, the committee rather became the mouthpiece of the fake news and conspiracy theories and have failed miserably.
Would have taken time to demonstrate clearly and based sound logic how it arrived at that weighty conclusion. Yet again, the committee failed at this. Their careless regard for the family of Kaka was evident in that conclusion and has now been confirmed in their subsequent statement in the press. As you are aware, Dr. Vladimir Entry-Damso has gone on to say publicly that we, the Kaka family, have no right to question the work of the committee. In his own words, he said, they do not have the right to question us because they did not send us. Obviously, if accept his logic, it will mean that the committee saw itself as only accountable to the person who set them up and not to be the families of victims, the persons directly affected by the incident in Adoa, or even Ghanaian public. We think that this is unacceptable. At no way in the entire report of the committee did they demonstrate or was there any evidence to show that the family of Kaka was embroiled in any turmoil or failure. In fact, in reaching their conclusion, they rely wholesale on the testimony of one Aminu Muhammad, an individual who they say choose to hear behind closed doors, even though this individual has previously repeated some of their discredit statements on Facebook prior to the meeting, the committee. Clearly, this was somebody whose testimony was intended as a wow factor, and so was deliberately shelved from broader public scrutiny. Yet, this was the only evidence the public cited as, the committee cited as confirming their conclusion that Kaka was killed because of family feud. In addition, the committee decided to overlook the obvious absurdities in this story, including the accusation of bribe, corruption made against the police service. The committee, for no discernible reason, chose to blame this individual. No attempts were made to corroborate or independently establish any of the claims made by the said Aminu Mohammed. The committee's failure to perform the most basic due diligence on this story is baffling. The result was that the committee became the mouthpiece of fake news and a senseless conspiracy theory. As a fact-finding committee, the Crimson Committee had one job, that was to establish facts. They failed in that task miserably.
Still on the Ijura Committee report, the Justice Kumsin Committee's report on the disturbances has been met with mixed reactions, with many criticizing the findings and the recommendations in the report since it was released. Meanwhile, a retired appeals court judge and chair of the June 3 Twin Disaster Committee and Commission of Inquiry for the Ghana at 50 celebration, Justice Isaac Dozier has described the recommendations of the Ijura Committee as fair, but has some concerns over recommendations number 2, which he suggests that the District Chief Police Commander at the Ijura, DSP Philip Kojo Hammond, should be transferred for what the report describes as his incompetence in handling the disturbances. Here are his results.
I don't think they have veered seriously from the direction they are supposed to go, because first of all they had to find out how Kaka died, and then of course as to whether the reaction of the public is appropriate or justifiable or acceptable, and as to whether the reaction of other officials is also acceptable or not. This is doing a self-examination to find out whether our reaction to mob action and the rest of it is improving or not improving. So I think that this time round something has been done, except that government has not come out with any statements on this. They have just thrown the report out there, and maybe they want to test the waters to find out how the public reacts before they come out with their statement. The recommendations are fair. They are really fair. Except that I don't agree that transfer is a way of solving any problem. Not only in this particular instance, but in any other instance, if anybody misbehaves in his job and is found so to have misbehaved, the issue is to have him retrained or reorientated so that he can perform better. Transferring him raw like that is just transferring him with all his faults. There's nowhere in this country where a riot situation may not occur again. So if you take him anywhere else and a rioting situation happens again, he might behave the same way that he behaved in this particular instance, which is not good enough. I think the reaction of the public is very healthy, and it must continue. People will learn their lessons from it. If we keep quiet about it, we will not learn any lessons from it. As we are discussing and analyzing, then those who need to learn will learn, and those who will not learn will suffer for the consequences of their failure to learn from the mistakes of others. So it is good that we do that. That is an essential part of democracy. But the insults and the threats should also be minimized, because they don't solve the problem. They make the issues worse. If somebody speaks his mind, there's no need attacking him. Attack the idea, not attack the individual. But I think that as much as possible, we should stop involving the military in crowd control, because that is not their training. And if any military officer is brought in and he behaves like he should behave, I don't think that we have any justifiable ground to blame them for doing what they have done. What is going on, in my humble opinion, is that the police are gradually losing the respect of the public, and they must set up and get the respect of the public.
Meanwhile, it has sparked a lot of debate both on social and traditional media. The decision to purchase a new presidential jet has been greeted with several reactions. Speaking to one international economist, Julius Kweku Kata, he described the decision as a misplaced priority. According to him, there are many issues that needs urgent attention rather than purchasing a presidential jet.
By my understanding, and the way the country is going, if it is true that the current government is going to purchase such a plane at this time, it's a misplaced priority. Why? The reason is basic. We have huge unemployment. Salary difference disparity is high. You understand, 4% of increment in public sector workers. And government is going to take that huge sum of money to go and buy presidential jets. Meanwhile, just a few days ago, we happened to have presidents from other countries having the opportunity to use our own presidential flights that we have. They have hired it and use it. What is preventing us from not managing it? The security of that flight. When other presidents use it, it is okay. But why Ghana, we are not, the current government doesn't want to use it. Now, if you look at the value, the assumed value of the jets, we are talking about $111 million plus dollars, which will be pumped into that, which is equivalent to 800 million Ghana cedis. My brother, if government will spend that money, I'm of the view that if you take 216 districts in Ghana and you divide that number by the 800 million, you are hitting 4 factories per district. Actual figure is 3.7 because we don't have 3.7. You can't build 3.7 factory. I assume the round figure for four factories per district. When that is established through public-private partnership, then we can see those districts expanding. And where there are factories, education will continue to grow there. Then other sectors will develop, agriculture will develop. Then other sectors linked with the industry will get a production system in place. Now, satisfying these industries at all these levels will mean that we will reduce unemployment by 70%. And when that happens, income of the citizenry will increase. Their wealth will increase, savings will increase, and they can be in better position to take good care of their children to go to school. And those are the fundamental things, and even provide full shelter and clothing for themselves and their families. We should rethink about purchasing the presidential jets.
Elsewhere, the Guild of the Good Shepherd, a society in the Anglican Church of Ghana, on Saturday, October 2, 2021, installed Sister Elizabeth Odakai Asha Mills as the 8th Diocesan Master Shepherd of the Guild and her officers at the Cathedral Church of the Most Holy Trinity here in Accra. Nanaya Hado has more in this report.
The installation ceremony was chaired by Professor Alex Dodu, General Secretary, Ghana Standard Authority, under the theme Mitigating the Effects of COVID-19 on the Church, the Role of a Good Shepherd. Sister Elizabeth Arashia Mills and her officers were inducted into office by the Lord Bishop of Accra, Right Reverend Daniel Silvanus Mensah Tortu. The ceremony was also graced by Professor Ernest Aite, General Secretary of the African Research Universities Alliance. The installation service was also to congratulate the immediate past diocesan Master Shepherd and appreciate her good work. The newly installed Master Shepherd was confirmed into the Anglican Church 2 decades ago. She served as the Financial Secretary and later became the Vice Master Shepherd on the Diocesan Executives Council. She was one time the Secretary for the Association of Anglican Clubs, member of 6 a.m. choir at the cathedral. Addressing the ceremony, Sister Elizabeth Arshia Mills expressed her appreciation and gratitude to the church.
I thank God for today, for the success of the installation. To the Lord Bishop of Accra, I express my gratitude for taking time off to be present and perform the installation ceremony. I must say I'm honored and overwhelmed with gratitude to ascend the position of the Diocesan Master Shepherd for the ensuing years. I'm so privileged that a lot has gone into achieving this high office of a Diocesan Master Shepherd. And with the same passion, I will continue to shepherd God's flock. I will not have come this far without the support of members of the Guild of the Good Shepherd Cathedral Branch, the Diocesan Guild of the Good Shepherd, family and friends, and all those who have worked behind the scenes throughout this wonderful journey. Thank you to the organizing team and the Cathedral Church of the Most Holy Trinity for making this ceremony a success. As members of the Guild of the Good Shepherd, with our biblical mandate to bring the lost sheep closer to their Maker, we pray that God will fill our hearts with love, which is our motto, and strengthen us in the work to fulfill this purpose for our lives. Finally, I seek for your prayers and support in carrying out the task that has been assigned to me.
Speaking to Adoa News, some congregants shared their warm wishes and advice for the newly inducted Master Shepherd.
Very happy this morning being part of this program to install the 8th Diocesan Master Shepherd. The Guild of Good Shepherd being one of the foremost guilds in the diocese, we are happy that we have got the 8th Master Shepherd, and I hope that during her tenure we shall stretch to Volta region where we have no representation, we shall spread to other areas, and also ensure that we bring in younger ones to join the older ones, because the Guild of Good Shepherd is an evangelism guild that has to support the priests so that we achieve our evangelism drive in our parishes and the communities we find ourselves. So I want to wish our dear sister Onukpa Mills congratulations.
On this special day, I want to wish Auntie Elizabeth Mills all the best. The task ahead is not easy, but I know with God on their side and with her able executives, they will sail through. I wish them all the best. God bless them.
And on this occasion, I want to wish the Diocesan Master Shepherd all the best in her journey. As she gathers God's flock, I pray that she will do it diligently. And the hymn says that a charge to keep I have. So she has a charge to keep and a God to glorify and a dying soul to save, that she will be able to, at the end of the day, give account of her stewardship to the church.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Let's move to the presidency, where His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has inspected ongoing works on the construction of the Kumasi International Airport, which, according to the contractor, is currently 77% complete and is expected to be completed in June 2022. The president visited the site of the construction on Friday, October 1, 2021, when he commenced his 4-day working visit to the Ashanti region as part of his annual working visits to all the regions of the country.
It will be recalled that on June 6, 2018, the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo cut the sword for the commencement of work on Phase 2 of the Kumasi Airport project and indicated that the expansion of this airport is a critical part of government's vision to expand the frontiers of the aviation industry in the country and to realize the dream of making Ghana an aviation hub in West Africa. Inspecting work on the site, the president was told the terminal building was 88% complete, the road network 93% complete, the apron 89% complete, with the air traffic control and rescue and firefighting services 53% complete. The scope of work includes the extension of existing runway pavement from 1,981 meters to 2,320 meters, the construction of a new taxi link and apron, 2 new apron parking stands, aeronautical ground lightning systems, the design and building of a terminal with the capacity to handle 800,000 passengers per annum, an 11 MW substation, as well as the provision of new bulk utility. Phase 3 of the project involves the construction of the air traffic control building, a fire building station, as well as the expansion of the existing runway pavement. The construction of the fuel farm is to be funded by GOIL, with the project being constructed by Messrs Contractor Construction UK Limited. The total project sum is 124.9 million euros, with financing from Santander, Dutch Bank, and UKEF. President Nana Akufo-Addo expressed satisfaction with the progress of work undertaken so far and charged the Ministry of Transport as well as the contractor to ensure that the October 2022 deadline for completion is met.
And the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor, has stated that the governing New Patriotic Party can only win the 2024 elections if the party remained united before and after its internal elections. According to him, that is the only way breaking the 8th agenda can be achieved.
The NPP will from next year begin the processes of electing new officers ranging from constituency to the national level. Giving his remarks at the annual Delegates Conference of the New Patriotic Party in the Savannah region, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Samuel Abdullahi Jinapor noted that the NPP can only win the 2024 election if the party remains united before and after its internal election.
The Savannah region is going to contribute its quota to the forward march of the NPP. By the grace of God, in 2024, God granting us health and life. In this region, Savannah region, the MPP will fight for every vote. We will contest for every vote in this region. And we will battle for every political space in all the 7 constituencies in the Savannah region. They say we have to break the 8, but we can't break the 8 with just slogans.
Mr. Jinapor, who is also the MP for Damongo in the Savannah region, was of the view that in 2024, the party will be able to break the 8 and continue to be in power if everyone gets involved.
We will have to break the 8 with unity, and we have to break the 8 with oneness of purpose, and we have to break the 8 with fighting hard and fighting for every political space. And God willing, today, the Savannah region is prepared under the able leadership of Professor Calmonia to contribute its quota once again in 2024 for the New Patriotic Party, the greatest of all the political parties in Ghana, to break the 8.
He insisted that every member of the party must be on board for this dream and aim to be achieved. He added that party members must fight for every political space in the country to win the next elections. Meanwhile, the Damongo legislator touted President Akufo-Addo's achievements in the Savannah region. He insisted that no president, not even John Dramani Mahama, has done more for the Savannah region than President Akufo-Addo. He said the creation of the region, including the provision of water, road projects, health facilities, among other projects, Nana Akufo-Addo and the NPP ahead of previous governments.
In the 4th Republic, the Savannah region and the people of Gonja have been more represented in Akufo-Addo's government than any other government. We can compare appointment by appointment, whether it's at the level of ministers or the level of deputy ministers or CEOs or deputy CEOs. This infant Savannah region, Akufo-Addo's region, the region created by Akufo-Addo, is the more represented in government, in the executive, than any other government, including the government of our own brother, President John Dramani Mahama. Let us do the comparison, appointment by appointment.
Before we take a break for business, the often stories of spouses murdering each other in recent times have called for the need to be each other's keeper. People sometimes ask the question, why do people who loved each other eventually gather the courage to kill one another? Is it a matter of mental health or financial problems? Wilson Emmanuel has more.
I take thee to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part.
I take thee to be my lovely wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better and for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. These are common lines in marriage vows, but why do people find it prudent to kill their spouses? After this is the jamboree and the reception and a wonderful vacation trip as honeymoon to Dubai, Paris, Venice, name it. Fast forward, then the wahala begins. Petty quarrels, then constant abuse, then verbal abuse, then the ultimate, death. In some cases. Lately, one cannot scroll through their social media page peacefully without chancing on a murder case. That is between a husband or a wife. Recently, the death of a police officer in Damango is associated to an alleged boyfriend who stabbed her and bailed off. This is among the many cases of a husband murdering a wife or a wife murdering a husband. With all that notwithstanding, we cannot shift our focus from the constant abuse people endure in their relationships. Men constantly beating their wives. Wives abusing their husbands. Relationships where we find slaves amidst them. With every action, there's a reason. Let's start from the top. Most people have aligned this with improper anger management and failed communication among couples.
na watu nsa abono ana se bibi a ube ma na anim se ade o ye enye ene the best way but we see who you sa abono na tire se ebufo ni ko too much a betma atwi afa bibi crowd abono.
Others have always argued that once two people agree to be husband and wife, they should find a peculiar way to resolve their problems and not resort to anger or violence. For instance, sex.
Mami bi dia to ye for so be ma bia won so wife na no ko be sorry ko abontin wo ko be ba na oba na da oba chin na ni da yie ade chin sa ntoko na atwam imu nku bio nti wo tena se nko ase wo ne oba no be di 1-2 there and talk about wo de sorry na kwa oba oda no so na 3 times na why okay.
But what could push a man or a woman to kill someone they fell in love with and even in most cases got married to? Is this a case of mental health? Since here in the parts of our world, mental health comes with a tag of insanity, hence little or nothing is said about it. As worrying as this may sound, I took the initiative to speak to Mistress Yasamwa, a mental health nurse here in Ghana, and she told me
it could actually be related to mental health or not. And when it comes to mental health, we have personality traits for each and every individual. So it could be that there's one person who is very, very aggressive in nature or is a narcissist. Maybe sometimes jealousy can just set in, and then not being able to control yourself emotionally. Emotional stability really tells if you are mentally sound or not. When something hurts, you're supposed to tell yourself that this hurts, that's fine. But someone cannot do that unless the person takes a revenge. So the mindset of an individual varies. So what somebody would go through and see it to be normal, another person will feel that I have been humiliated, so the only thing I could do is to kill the person. But later on, when they are done, they regret it.
since men have in most cases been the culprit of domestic violence, I had a similar conversation with some men and they told me how best they can resolve their marital issues.
Maybe I bet depending maybe Obana suye di mufie na sobansu asu ye dia onye ni mami na onye ni papa be ma na wose onye abutre manu na osu utu nsa ewo ni nsu dia ene wose ohun se oni abansu ewo bi kan ana oni aban ewo bi ye.
According to research conducted and published by Doris Dokia Sasu on October 22, 2020, attitude of men and women towards domestic violence in Ghana as of 2018 was such that most male and female respondents believe that a husband was justified in beating his wife for any reason that they listed. For both men and women, the second most prevalent reason that was chosen was if the woman neglected the children. Domestic violence emanating from a woman, however, mental health is a worrying situation, and hence, aside from marital counseling, before two people get married, they should endeavor to get a mental evaluation and see how compatible they are. Domestic violence must stop. My name is Wilson Emmanuel.
Local news chapter will be back with some business news. Stay with us.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
CB women capsules now. I'm not correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. Who anymore? Oh, middle. You capsules back on CB men capsules. Me see CB men capsules na make a year.
Yeah, you CB men and women's capsules na ye nim ne dada. And one year packaging na ye the
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules no packaging is out. And you also no mood any bianza na wakodo mpegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie du and come home.
Susanna, Ghana man man tamase.
Adoa Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA Aji Edredin Katoyatu.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Nafa Alikwaku. It's time for some business news. The Ministry of Trade and Industry has cautioned the Ghana Union of Traders Association to refrain from locking up more shops belonging to Nigerians who were operating in the Ghana retail space. This follows the setting up of a joint task force composed of the Ghana Union of Traders Association (GUTA) and the Nigerian Union of Traders Association (NUTAG) meant to bring an end to the tussle between the Ghanaian and Nigerian traders. In this regard, another meeting of the Joint Implementation Task Force has been scheduled for Tuesday, October 5, 2021, to resolve the impasse.
Belonging, the Ministry of Trade and Industry has cautioned the Ghana Union of Traders Association to refrain from locking up any more shops belonging to Nigerians who are operating in Ghana's retail space. This follows the setting up of a joint task force composed of the Ghana Union of Traders Association and the Nigerian Union of Traders Association, met to bring an end to the tussle between the Ghanaian and Nigerian. In recent months, the disagreement between Ghanaian and Nigerian traders in Ghana's retail space has intensified. The situation in the past weeks has led to the closure of foreign-owned shops in Koforidua and Accra in the Eastern and Greater Accra regions respectively because of the stalled negotiations under the task force. The task force is to implement provisions of a new framework of engagement for the participation of Nigerian nationals in retail in Ghana. This was contained in a press release by the Ministry of Trade and Industry following a high level of bilateral meeting between Ghana and Nigeria with regards to retail trade. In this regard, another meeting of a joint implementation task force has been scheduled for Tuesday, October 5, 2021 to resolve the impasse. Against this background, the ministry requests the leadership of GUTA and NUTAG to refrain from further press releases, the closure of shops and other matters and actions in respect to this matter until the convening of the next meeting of the task force as referenced about. The leadership of GUTA and NUTAG are accordingly requested to notify their members to comply with this directive.
Still to come, government has maintained the producer price for the purchase of cocoa beans at 10,560 Ghana cedis per metric ton for the 2021-2022 crop season, representing 87.1% of the free on-board value. By this, 64 kilogram bag of cocoa beans will still sell at 660 Ghana cedis. This is expected to take effect from Friday, October 8, 2021. And the stay of the price makes Ghana the country in the sub-region with the highest price.
Announcing the cocoa producer price, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Owusu Akoto, stressed that the price, which includes a living income differential of $400 United States per metric ton, is the highest in the sub-region despite a dip in global cocoa prices. And this demonstrates the government's commitment to sustain the interest of the cocoa farmer in producing cocoa and also to improve the well-being of cocoa farmers. The producer price of cocoa was maintained when all cocoa producing countries were contemplating a reduction in their farm gate prices following the snap in a terminal cocoa market as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Through the Ghana Côte d'Ivoire initiative, Ghana continued to implement a living income differential, which is helping improve the welfare of cocoa farmers in both countries. The minister said cocoa farmers in Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire today are better off than their counterparts in other cocoa producing countries as a result of this noble initiative. The producer price is the price at which the country's cocoa sector regulator, the Ghana Cocoa Board, buys the produce of cocoa farmers at the farm gate. The prevailing cocoa producer price for 2019-2020 season was 515 Ghana cedis per 64 kg bags of beans, which was an 8.42% increase over the 475 Ghana cedis per bag in 2018-2019 season. Government has maintained cocoa producer price of 10,000 Ghana cedis, 10,560 Ghana cedis per metric ton for the new cocoa crop season, which takes effect from October 8, 2021.
And that's our wrap up on business. We'll be back with some sports. Do stay.
John, Ufini new. Wow, Eddie, what boy Juma. I check Ufina, or you fell one cassa from Asatec. Oh, na Simon, roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catch Asatec roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and renache. They want a calisa who do for fair be bray. No one free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out. Now so the bodan swa a hero supampe. What means to trauma send your open roofing sheet no? You tell the salmon pepe. Mama poor Asatec money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers nso a your on-site installation. Ne bo so kra da fam pa. Oh yes, quality ne bo da fam nyen. Asatec 5 days pay na mo sa kan order na wo ye after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatec wo Tema Community 2, Meridian Road, Eben Cocoa Board Warehouse, Western Region. So Asatec wo Takrade Anaji, ye ne Princeland Hotel ene din hwene mu. And Volta Region ye wo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African print and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Water, but when I get your mouth, and that's all I bet order. No
Malaria nti abayi wo yejuma bono. Malaria therefore ya o. Enti awo ahire ne customers ni. Wahu ne se mami aye smart. Ape CB Malakio. Amma ne baya odi ko school. She se aduane si berry market chi ni malaria nti a ontimi ni.
Onia. And now Emma when we are at war. So we malaria test. Maybe woman. And better wa and CB Malakio. Yedinuna. Nehama. And now ki ka bom asone so aye CB Malakio. And no way so there. And no grow. Aye tata she.
A drawing yama apemfo. About ya woman for any kwada won fie dunia.
Suziana. What would you with me?
FD ahwehwe saa ejedi nkrato yi mu agye atomu se enye.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking with us. Let's do some sports. Coach Milovan wishing to have UK-based players in his squad for Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Zimbabwe. Doubleheader had been granted by the Premier League board. These players were not eligible to play the game between Black Stars and South Africa due to the Premier League clubs being reluctant to release the players that were held on red list countries but now available to the Black Stars. Defender Andy Yadom and Baba Rahman will meet with the squad for the qualifiers against Zimbabwe. Ghana placed second in Group G, South Africa leading the table with 4 points, Ghana 3 points, Zimbabwe 1 point, and Ethiopia is at the bottom line.
Black Stars head coach Milovan Rajevac handed call-ups to Daniel Amate, Jordan Ayew, Tariq Fosu, Thomas Partey, Andy Yadom and Baba Rahman for the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Zimbabwe. The sectors were not able to play the match between Ghana and South Africa due to Premier League clubs being reluctant to release players for international matches that were held on red list countries. This was because travelers from red list countries were obliged to quarantine upon their return to the UK, which means players would be missing matches. However, the good news is that Black Stars will have all these players available against Zimbabwe because the Premier League clubs have decided to release players on the red list countries. The Black Stars will battle out with Zimbabwe on the 7th of this month at the Cape Coast Stadium before flying to Harare to play the second leg. Ethiopia and South Africa are in the same Group G with Black Stars and are also among UK's red list coronavirus countries. A statement read from Premier League said, Premier League clubs have also supported their players' desires to represent their countries. This is a matter of pride for all concerned. However, clubs have decided to rightly come to the conclusion that it would be entirely reasonable to release players under these new circumstances to play for their respected countries. Players are now free to represent their various countries in the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. This means Crystal Palace striker Jordan Ayew, Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey, Leicester defender Daniel Amate, Brentford winger Tariq Fosu, Reading FC defender Andy Yadom, and Baba Rahman meet up with the squad for the qualifiers against Zimbabwe. Ghana plays second in Group G, South Africa leading the table with 4 points, Ghana 3 points, Zimbabwe 1 point, and Ethiopia at the bottom with 0 points.
And the General Secretary for the Ghana Athletics Association, Mr. Bawa Husseini, has stated in an interview that the Ghana Athletics lacks elite coaches. He made this statement during a nationwide athletes competition organized by the Ghana Armed Forces and the Ghana Athletics Association. According to Mr. Bawa, there are categories of coaching which starts from level 1 to the elite stage. He, however, insisted that Ghana does not have an athletes coach who has passed level 1 when it comes to the pegging order.
When I say we don't have athletes,
elite coaches in Ghana, I meant we don't have elite coaches in Ghana. There's nothing to it. In the coaching system, in the World Athletic coaching system, we have categories of coaching systems. The last part of it is the elite level. We'll start with level 1. Level 1 is a general coaching course. General. The general coaching course. Everybody who go to level 1, you do the general coaching. It's only when you pass level 1 to level 2, then you go and do specialized area. Level 2 is specialty. You specialize either in sprint and jumps. When I say sprint and jump, that is 100, 200, and 400. And jumps, either vertical, that is high jump or pole vault, horizontal, that is long jump or triple jump. Or you go and do middle and long distance, or marathon and walking race. You specialize in these areas. It's only when you pass level 2, that is special area, then you now go to elite level, that is level 3. To be able, the level 3, they would coach you how to take care of athletes at Olympic level. I get what I'm saying. So these are the steps that one will follow or one will pass through to get to elite level. And if somebody who can look at my face and tell me, Ghana, for the last 10 years, we have a coach who has passed level 1. The last we did the coaching course at Accra Sports Stadium in 2014, we had 100% failure. So if you don't pass level 1, how can you go to level 2 to even specialize? If you don't pass level 2, how can you even go to level 3 to become an elite coach? So when I said Ghana do not have elite coaches, this is what I meant. But I spoke on behalf of the Ghana Athletics. And Ghana Athletics is the local representative of the World Athletics. And this is how World Athletics term their coaches. Before you can be called an elite coach at the World Athletics level, you need to pass through all these stages. And how many Ghanaian coaches have gone through that? How many? The last time we did level 1 coaching course, we had 100% failure. None qualified for level 2. All of them had participatory certificates. And when you go to level 1, they either give you 2 certificates. One is participatory, and 2, the second one they will say eligible for level 2. That is where the GE will recommend you to Kenya. That is the Athlete Development Center in Kenya, ADC. Then they will invite you to come and do the specialization. When you pass level 2 again, they will also recommend you to the World Athletics, send you to either to Germany or to South Africa, or sometimes even to Mauritius, to do your elite level.
From the entertainment desk, entrepreneur and television personality Dolores Frimpong Manso, who goes by the name Delay in the showbiz circle, has maintained the category she won last year at the just-ended Goa Awards Outstanding Woman of the Year. She also whisked 2 additional awards as well.
The television guru was announced the overall winner of the 2021 edition of the Goa, which took place at the Marriott Hotel in Accra on Friday, October 1st, 2021. Aside the main award, she grabbed 2 other awards, which were Entrepreneur and TV Personality of the Year. She dedicated her awards to her sister and late mother after recounting the hardships she encountered growing up. From being homeless to being the owner of houses, from not knowing what to eat to being the businesswoman and having a company that supplies food to Ghanaians. It is a miracle. It's only God. I would like to dedicate this award to my sister and the blessed memory of my mother. And to Mrs. Eja Santua Edionum, the Chief Executive Officer of Ascoff Productions, thank you very much for this love and I'm very grateful. Finally, fans of Delay, what can I do without you? I'm so happy you all came to support your sister, she stated. Some artists who graced the occasion with their performances included some radio presenter and musician Ohima Weyeje, K Genius, and prior, with quite a number of queen mothers showing up in their numbers to support the cause, like Nana Obribia, Nanatia Ampem Dako, amongst others.
Again, I won last year, but I guess it goes to show that my team and I are working tirelessly, and the results are out there. Our performance is obvious, our numbers on YouTube shows, and people love the Delay brand. And I keep saying that I'm just the face. These are the guys behind the performance. I'd like to say thank you again to my sister, to Pablo, my manager. He's worked so hard this year. And today is a great day.
And that's how we wrap up on tonight's bulletin. Before we go, let's take a recap of our top stories. The Anglican Diocese of Accra on Saturday installed a new diocesan master shepherd, Sister Elizabeth Udakai Asha Mills. We brought you that story earlier. Abujinapo is calling on members of the New Patriotic Party to present a united front if Break the 8 campaign can materialize. And family of the late social media activist Kaka, in a press briefing, has called the report by the Justice Kumsin Committee a failure. And from the business desk, the Ministry of Trade and Industry has cautioned Guta to refrain from closing shops of Nigerians in the country in the retail business. Ghana is set for the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers as the team. 5 players who were at the Bay in the English Premier League have been permitted to join their various national teams. Thanks so much for staying with us throughout this evening's bulletin. But breast cancer sucks, and so let's pink it out. Let's get our breast screened today. My name is Nafa Alikwaku. Up next is Regulators. Do stay.